Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup on this Monday, October 18th. Hopefully you had a great weekend. We have what should be a fun game tonight, a big week ahead, more college football, more UFC, more NASCAR playoffs, NBA starts tomorrow. Big things happening over at Gup's Corner. Right now, through tonight, this is the final chance to join us, 25% off. We had a lot of people take advantage of this in the last couple of weeks. Certainly appreciate the support. Use the code GREEN25 for 25% off. It includes a 7-day free trial. Come check everything out. We got all the new NFL tools, Green Machine. Subs are winning at good rates. We're crushing college football, crushing NASCAR. NFL's been solid. PGA. It was good for so long this week, and then Sunday just didn't go my way, but we had a few people do well. I think Bullard's in there. He won the $1.20 max, I think. Good tournament this week over in Zozo. Oh, it's an okay tournament. It's a weird tournament. no could have been again. Very, 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 very top heavy. It'll be interesting to see how we go through that on the Smash Factor later. But come join us now. Green 25 gets you 7-day free trial. You do not get charged until after the 7 days is over. If you cancel before then, you never see a charge. It is the best time to take advantage of a 25% off deal. Rate and review us on iTunes. When we have our big giveaways, that goes a long way, getting you into those giveaways for free. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. In the comment section, tell me who your favorite captain is tonight for our Bills Titans showdown. I will do giveaways. I've been doing them normally on Thursday, so get in there, get the comments in, and we'll be giving away some Millie tickets on Thursday's Cup with Gup. Underdog, NBA best balls wrapping up tonight. If you want to jump in that, $10, get a free $10 with $10 deposited. Use the code GUP. That is in the audio podcast link if you want to check that out. They also have a Monday Night Brawl, $5 to get in, $25,000 in prizes. We will go through early lines that stick out on NFL Week 7, talk over the Showdown thoughts for tonight, do some monkey knife fight picks that have been absolutely on fire. We crushed PGA. We had a really good run going in football. I need to check to see how we did Saturday and Sunday. I saw we lost Thursday night. I believe we lost it by half a yard. Our 2X deal there, our two-team deal there, hit a ton of the golf ones. I think I hit all of them. Maybe missed one of them, but been crushing on Monkey Knife Fight. Come join us there. Then I'll look at the PGA Zozo initial odds, and we'll get out of here. Keeping it short and sweet. A little bit later this afternoon, been dealing with my wife was actually, Mama Gup's been under the weather last week. I think she may have passed some of it on to me, so apologize if I sound nasally, just going through a little sickness, but we'll get this out. Then I'll have Smash Factor out. We have a short week for golf as it is over in Japan, so we should lock sometime Wednesday. Another 14 hours ahead of us, so their Thursday morning would be about Wednesday 5-ish or so, I think, if I remember right. So we'll be on a short time schedule there. Early lines that stick out for me, week 7. This is, I hadn't done any power rankings, any of that, just kind of first look at the board. Browns -4. I want to see the injuries there. They're kind of banged up. Looks like hopefully if they get Chubb back, I really like that number. Hunt's out. Baker says he's going to play. He's kind of banged up. I think OBJ is banged up again, but hadn't really done much this year. I think everybody will be down on the Browns here. Short week, talk up the injuries. So that may be a good spot. I like the Ravens -6.5 at home versus the Bengals. That's probably a square chalky type bet, but I'm going to wait to see how that rolls out. I apologize. Bengals getting a little hype. They're doing good. I just think Lamar and the Ravens are clicking on all cylinders right now, and I kind of like that number. Titans at home getting 5. I'm thinking about getting that in before the game goes tonight. I think the Titans cover tonight. Could win at home as a 6-point dog on a night primetime game. I'm typically going to take that. I talked about it at on the Eagles Thursday night. Got a little lucky there to get that cover, but it'll still cover. And if you think the Titans are going to cover tonight, you probably want to take that +5 now. I'll think on it here this afternoon. Falcons on the road, laying 2.5 to the Dolphins. Dolphins lost to the Jags, so that kind of tells you all we need to know there. I'm going to keep an eye on that. That interests me. Then I don't know if I've seen this many big spreads. I don't know where I'm going with these yet. I just, in general, the NFL is so hard that I like looking for big dogs at times. But you got the Bears right now getting 13, the Lions getting 15, and the Texans getting 17. Those all interest me. Have to dig more into them, but I don't know if I've seen 13 or higher spreads all in the same week. Kind of crazy. And then the Colts plus 3.5, maybe one of my favorite plays of the week. I've talked them up. Wentz is looking healthy. I like that a lot. Need to see who's healthy for the 49ers because they could be getting healthy themselves. So not all in on that yet, but those are the ones that stick out to me. Tonight, we get Bills-Titans, like I mentioned. Bills -6, over under 53.5. Implied score is Bills 29.75, Titans 23.75. Injuries really, we're kind of down to Will Brown play, but it's not his injury. It just said yesterday popped up with an illness. Jeremy Nichols and Darrington Evans are two we need to keep an eye on, mainly because Evans could get moved off the IR. We should know that here in about an hour or less. That's step one. So he has to get pulled off the IR. And then if he's activated, he could open up a lot tonight because I like him at $200. If he's out, McNichols may get, be a good value. Not a lot of value on the slate. That's going to be the biggest thing to figure out. My prediction is 28-27 Bills. I do like the over a little bit, and I like the Titans to cover. I think Brown is going to be a key. He's been banged up already, and now this is an illness. We'll see. If he's out, we have some possibilities with whether it be Chester Rogers or Westbrook. That could have some value. Maybe Marcus Johnson, who's got a little bit of run. Josh Reynolds, a deep flyer there. I've got my full write-up on the site if you want to check it out. We did well last night. I broke even, had some sweat there late, but DJ Dallas was my favorite play yesterday. Pay down option play, and that worked out for us. I think Tannehill's getting a little disrespected with this price because he hadn't had weapons. So if Brown's active, and even if not, Julio looks like he's going to be probably the healthiest he's been all year, which is a big boost for them. And I think that he's going to have to throw the ball, right? I think it's going to be a competitive game. They'll still going to try to run, but, when they get weapons back, I think they'll throw a little bit more than they have. And if they do get behind and people think that, he definitely will have to throw. Julio's pretty cheap tonight. He's one of my favorite plays on the slate. You could use him at captain. This could easily be a Diggs night. We know Titans passing secondary isn't the best. Their defense is one of the worst in the league in general. But a home D in these environments on a prime time, I give a little more bump than usual just off of adrenaline and all that. But you still got to go out there and perform. Allen could be in play. He's certainly going to be in most of your builds, but as far as captain goes, he's so much more expensive than everybody else. He's $2,100 more than Henry, who's the next cheapest captain. If we start getting some pieces of some value opening up, depending on some injuries, you can make him fit at captain. I still think he'll be one of the more popular ones. I like A.J. Brown. Actually, I had him pegged to be a potential captain. 11-7's a good price. Him and Julio could both have good games. We'll just have to see how that news is. I do still like Henry, obviously. I mean, you could go there. He can break a slate. We know that. They can run on. I think they'll be able to run the ball, and I'm hoping that helps set up some play action, get Julio involved, and open the game up on their side. Zach Moss looks to be getting more and more of the touches lately, so, I kind of like him over Singletary. Beasley's price is a little high, but I don't think many will play him. He's certainly been limited on, his on the field has been less and less as the year's gone on. That's a little worrisome. But at 5,400, we may need to get some of those type of pieces. If A.J. Brown's out, I think it's easier to go down to Chester Rogers, assuming he's healthy. He has a questionable tag. If not, Westbrook, Akine is $1,200. That's a good value. Both kickers are in play for me. I think Darrington Evans, if he's active, first he's got to be moved off the IR, and then if he's active, I think he's playable. He could wind up getting nothing. But at $200, that's not the worst thing in the world. But I think they will use him and get him involved if he is, especially if because McNichols is a little banged up as well. If he happened to be out, or he just gets scratched because they're bringing Evans back. I think that $200 turns into a little bit of a chalky play, but I'm fine with that. Like I said, Marcus Johnson, $1,400, potential play there, especially if Brown and Rogers are both out. Josh Reynolds hasn't gotten much. Week 4, he did get a pretty good look, but I think you had Julio and AJ out that week, so I don't expect that. Maybe worth a deep flyer at $400. McCole Pruitt, $600. He's in play. He's a very touchdown reliant. And then guys that I'm not really as high on compared to maybe the field is Manny Sanders, Dawson Knox. The defenses I don't really like too much tonight. And then Gabe Davis, who looks to be fading out of this team altogether. Sanders and Knox, I don't mind either one of them. But, man, they've been riding some touchdowns. And their pricing and where they're at is so high that I just think on a slate where we potentially need value, those are guys that I may move off of. But I think they could be low owned because of that, so that's always in play. But definitely think Julio is my favorite play of the night because we have no worries about him. He's going to play. We'll see what happens with AJ here this afternoon. Should be a fun one. Full write-up on the site. My Monkey Knife Fight picks. Use the code GUPS, G-U-P-S. Get up to $100 match, 100% dollar-for-dollar match. You can deposit all the way up to $100 and get matched on that. Link is in the description if you want to go there. Just use the code GUPS, G-U-P-S, at monkeyknifefight.com. My first one is more or less pays 3.6x. We've been on fire on these between NFL and PGA, hitting at great rates. I like Allen over 292.5 and Tannehill over 236.5. I think both of them throw pretty well tonight. My next one, more or less, pays 3.6x. I like Diggs over 89.5, Julio over 60.5 receiving yards. And then my last one is a 10x. We're going to do the Allen and Tannehill again, and then Diggs over 6.5 catches, and then Henry over 99.5 rushing yards. So that's 3 separate plays there. We'll make over 17x if all that hits. Go check that out. Use the code GUPS to get your deposit match. PGA, like I said, we go to Zozo this week back in Japan after last year. We had to do it over here in Vegas. But the previous 2 years were at the same course. So when we start looking at history and stuff like that, we can just exclude last year as far as course history goes. Like I said, not the strongest of fields. We got Xander at 6.5 to 1, Morikawa 7 to 1, Matsu 14 to 1, Willie Z 18 to 1, Neiman, Fowler, and Fleetwood 25 to 1. That kind of tells you where we're at on this field when you get Fowler and Fleetwood at 25 to 1. Even though Fowler played well this past week, that's an awfully cheap number. Then it goes down from there. Again, early start, midday Wednesday. Make sure you're aware of that for betting and DFS purposes. Just looking at it, I'm not probably going to be massively invested in the betting market because there's not a ton of value. Probably my best low priced option would be, or high price, depending on how you want to look at it, is I like Willie Z 18 to 1. Then I'd probably drop maybe Ortiz, who's shown some life here lately, 40 to 1. KH Lee, 50 to 1. Higo, 66 to 1. Higgs, 66 to 1, who played well last week. We liked him. And then the only triple digit one I really kind of like right now, just out the gate, is Redmond, 125 to 1. And I'm not real fired up about that. But he can score. Interested, check out his pricing this week because we don't have to worry about a cut and he can score. So he could be a good DFS play for sure. Like I said, I'll have Smash out later today or early Tuesday morning. I'll be on the Stripe Show podcast with Travis Fulton tomorrow as well. Tight window for PGA. So I'll have to turn that stuff out here in the next, basically 48 hours. We'll be probably starting almost 2 days from today. Normal football schedule. College football crushed again. We have Wednesday night Showdown, Thursday, Friday, Saturday football there. NFL, obviously, all week long. NASCAR playoffs. I think we're down. I think Ryan said we had 2 left. We'll have our show out Friday, him and I. That's gone really well. Great feedback there. NBA starts tomorrow. We got MLB baseball playoffs, which is fun to talk about over in the GC Warrior Room. And then UFC and everything else as well. Looking forward to talking to you guys later. I will good luck tonight on Monday Night Football. We've been doing pretty well as of late. Hopefully you crush. And I'll be back for Smash Factor. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day.